Alrighty, welcome back to Roll20. It has been a bit since I've done a D&D any kind of video actually, prep or otherwise. I've been on a bit of a hiatus from DMing to focus on some work, but I'm going to be back to DMing this weekend. So, to collect my own thoughts and to give my players kind of a sneak peek, it's time to do some D&D prep. So, first things first, music. We need music. Bam. Music on. Not quite sure if it's too soft or not though, so I'm looking at the audio mixing. Oh god, hiccup. It's about half of my voice volume in the audio mixer. So I'm just wondering if it's a thing right now, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So, I've said that a lot. I should probably start actually doing stuff. First things first, I need to move my notes from my physical notebook onto this notepad. I knew that I wanted to make a video, and being the person that I am, I was getting all of my thoughts down on a notebook, and then I realized I need to move all of this onto a notepad anyway, so I stopped writing notes. Now I need to transfer them over and then continue writing notes. So I'm just going to do a one-to-one because I haven't really prioritized my notes yet, so... from the get-go, at the top of my list of notes, I need to I need to make NPC sheets for the characters Teal, Copper, and Gray. So these are astral bodies. I decided that I'm going to make a dapper goblin NPC. I mean, technically everything in D&D is related to a personal project, but by personal project, I mean it's going to be like low priority. I want to make them just right with their story and how they're going to be interacting with everyone. And then integrate them into the campaign. Boop. Third thing on my notes. I need to make... God, I keep writing maked. I need to make Zilfi, the Arc. I need to make Zilfi, the Archangel's sword. Both an NPC sheet and an item sheet. For a new character that will be potentially added. Basically, with that one of my players wanted to add in a Celestial Warlock, but that's kind of difficult. It's really easy to get, like, Fiend, Fae. Even the Grey Old One is a little bit easier to get, but Celestial is kind of difficult to do. But, to compromise a story, one of the best ways I figured out for them would be to give them the sword of a former Archangel. For some background, Zilfi is the... or I shouldn't say is. Zilfi was the sword of the now slain Archangel. I think I named him Sodib. Yeah, Sodib. I don't know if they want said character to be played on this Friday or this Saturday, but I will check in and chat with them to see how that will go. That'll be a time. Let me just mark that off on my notes so that I don't write it down in the notepad twice. Alright. Next in my notes, I need to make a vampire, lich, and undead NPCs. Make vampire, lich, and undead NPCs to chase and fight Ezekiel. So, different player character, well, one of their character names is Ezekiel. He's got a lot of stuff going on in the background. Because he has a pretty rich backstory. But because he has a rich backstory, he has a lot of enemies in his backstory. And yeah. Yeah, the Lich is going to be interesting because I haven't figured out how I'm going to structure a essential boss fight with summons and NPC, like an NPC that summons, but I will figure that out. It's not like high on the priority list, but let me remove that from my notes as well. I'll organize things by priority later on. My next note is to integrate semi-lunar. Now, the server merge for this is long complete. And what I've decided is semi-lunar is no longer going to be a campaign. It's another one of my DMD campaigns, but it's in the same universe. So, what I'm decidedly doing, because I'm making more astral bodies, or because I will have to make more astral bodies, I need to sort of like integrate the campaigns a little bit better. That one's not going to be like something I work on too much on this video, so to say, because that's just a lot of like storytelling and story writing. But I will have to like figure out a way to just make them mesh a little bit better, because I don't really want to run the two separately. If they're in the same universe, I kind of just want them to bam, slam in together and have everyone interact if they want. With that, though, I'm not sure what that was in Windows. Windows sent me like a notification sound, but notifications are off while streaming. So, well, streaming air quotes while recording. God, that derailed my train of thought a little bit. But yeah, integrating semi-lunar and regular old into one campaign is a big objective of mine. Even if players want to separate the campaign and members so that effectively two stories are running parallel to each other, that's fine with me, but I want everything to be happening in the same universe. And in the same campaign setting. So, say if somebody wants what is right now one of their semi-lunar campaign characters to interact with a regular old campaign character, it won't really be that complicated, because they'll just be the same they'll just be characters in the same universe. And if everybody wants to just like say, okay, they've interacted, and take the semi-lunar cast and whoop, move them back to where they were, that's also fine. but it will help make things easy. Yeah. It's a toughie. Like, integrating two campaigns in the same universe together is just a little bit messy. But one of the ways I hope to do that is just like by kind of making them have more common ground to interact with each other. Let's see. Next thing in my notes. Make folders for organizations. That's just going to be some Roll20 organization to make things easier for me. I also just realized that you can have subfolders in folders, and I was experimenting with that a bit, and it helps a lot. Just a lot. So that's going to be like a bunch of passive organization of the game environment. Like, one thing I noticed is I have a ton of unnamed map pages that I should probably name. So let me scratch that off next. My next note is to make swimsuits. Yes, more swimsuits for the Miharu relationships. So one of the semi-lunar characters, one of Haru's Miharu, I will be doling out a bunch of art for those characters, for the characters related to her, because what I decided to in, I think, not my last session, but in my last announcement, was basically say that we're gonna pick up 1 week after their last event, and they're gonna pick up directly into a pool party. So it's gonna be a fun time, and then it's immediately gonna go downhill in the next like couple hours or next session, but you know, it'll be interesting. It also helps the semi-lunar characters introduce themselves to the regular characters a bit more, and lets people integrate a bunch. With that though, that's one of the ways that's gonna help integrate the two campaigns and the characters together. With it, I want to make more astral bodies. So up at the top, teal, copper, and gray, they're all astral bodies. I want to make more of them because it will help integrate semi-lunar a bit more and give everyone much more common ground. But a sub thing here is I want to make more astral bodies and sub organizations of astral bodies. Astral bonodies, I guess. Them out. So, the reason why is actually while I was thinking about making the NPC sheets for teal and gray, I realized that while by their technical race, they're astral bodies, but they're no longer part of the organization. And as I thought about it, not every astral body and the, you know, sub-organizations they have will be directly aligned with the astral bodies organization. The ASO, I guess, or the ABO, Lamout. I haven't, like, made a good acronym for it or anything, but making more astral bodies will help me direct the story more finitely in a point, I think. Or at least that's the intent. I'd also give more points of interaction. The last note that I have in my notebook, but not the last note that I have in general, is to make all the unique items that need to be made. So that's kind of in line with Zolfi a little bit, but I have to make a few more of them. So an example of this would be God. Cats, frostbite. God, I'm about to expose that I can't spell scimitar. Oh wait, I spelled it correct. I'm about to expose myself for not being able to spells it correctly. I mean, I almost misspelled it, but that's more of a typing issue, to be fair. I also should probably invest in a mic stand, because my mic just is sort of in front of my keyboard right now. And I forgot. I've been playing and recording so much Clair Obscure that I forgot how inconvenient it is to have the mic right there. I'm hoping my fan isn't coming out too loud in the background. Alright, but those are the notes that I took before I realized, oh wait, I should not take more physical notes because I'll need to move it, you know, onto a computer anyway. But, let me just sort of put this away. I mean, I will definitely make more physical notes later, but right now, as I'm at my computer recording, I don't need non-physical notes. I need typed notes. Yeah. Oh, wait, I just noticed something. Boop. I guess I will need my notebook for timestamp recordings, just in case I need to do something. In particular, with the recording and editing. Alright, so before I add more, actually, if I don't add it right now, I will forget them. So, not going to be in actually, I don't know why I'm saying not going to be in this video. God, my thoughts are frazzled. Let me take a drink of water, Lamont. Excuse me. Delicious water. Alright. Before I forget, things that I need to make, or at least want to make. I want to make NPC Spider Queen. This is a work in progress concept. So, kind of like, not something everybody will immediately come into contact with unless they actually go looking for them, but something that I will need to like, or want to work on. So, I guess I should mark this lowest priority. I will unfortunately move my Dapper Goblin into the lowest priority too. Sad. This is gonna be like kind of up here just as a important to remember kind of thing. As I agonize Lamau, as I organize my thoughts. Hang on. I'm having some, what smells very refreshing. Some strawberry lemonade Mio. very hit or miss. I think it's mostly a miss. Yeah. That was not too terribly good. Next time I should just get the cherry. Actually, no, not cherry. I like fruit punch. I mean, I guess there's cherries in fruit punch. Depends on the fruit punch, but yeah. Cracking my neck. One thing that's kind of not a low priority, but semi-low priority, I actually need to make region maps. For this one, I will just say if possible. And even if possible situation. Because I have a lot of locations and they don't have any real bearing on each other right now. So, for example, I have Kostan, which is basically a city-state, Frozentine, which is also kind of a city-state, Thalor, which is also another kind of city-state, Gdynia, which is coastal, like an island country, maybe like a little bit bigger than Ireland. Sakurio, which is like Japan, but much bigger. Nitrika, which is kind of like the western part of America, is the kind of size and scale it has. Vikas, which is the north, sort of like Vikings, Norway. You know, Vikas is a little on the nose with Vikings, but you get the point. Versu is the France. You know, the France of the world. Britannica is the Britain of the world. And I have Fjordain, which is sort of like next to Vikas, like slightly under it. You know, frosty Greenland type. I mean, I guess Greenland and Norway are not that close to each other, but you get the point. And then I have Rat and Holy, which essentially Rat is like South India, and Holy is North India, kind of. Not in like culture, but when I say South and North, I mean it's kind of India, but Rat is on the ground, and Holy is floating above it. And they consider themselves separate nations, actually. It's a time. It's a wild time. I also need to put Balaki on the map somewhere, which is another desert-like place. And I need to make what is essentially Tortuga, because backstories. With region maps, I actually need to make I wouldn't call this a region. I need to make I don't have a name for it yet, so I'm just gonna say make the succubus. I was gonna say kingdom, but it's really a queendom, because it's got a queen succubus as a ruler. What else do I need to do? For now, I think that's like a limit. Well, not limit, but I will stop my notes here so I can start doing actual, like, work. I will need the monster manual, just not yet. For now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go to the Archmage. That's not how you spell Arc. Arc. Hold the phone. This is a very important distinction. Do I want to use Archmage or Archhag or Archpriest for my relative things? Radiant Burst melee. Holy Word. Okay. I don't need the Archpriest just yet, but I will. I will need the Archpriest. For now, let me take a look at the Archhag real quick. Large Fey, neutral evil. That's a lot of strength. It's a lot of charisma. Challenge rating 21. No. I won't. I could, but I won't. Let's take a look at the Archmage again, real quick. I want to adapt the Archmage. I guess I'm not going to be doing... Oh, it just took a while to load. Now let's drop one on the map. They got 170 hit points, AC 17, 80 fly speed. Lots of stuff, lots of stuff. You see, Lightning Bolt is programmed here correctly. Like, why can't Lightning Bolt, or not Lightning Bolt, but some of the things are just, like, not correctly programmed in other character sheets. Like, it's mostly melee, like, spell saves, but it's really annoying. Okay, they have up to 8th level spells. I want to make it so that they are... you know what, let's start with Copper. Copper, remove. Yes, I do. I want to delete the default token. Bam. I want to delete this too. I can delete all of the stuff above the traits. Magical resistance. I want to say, I want to change this to, I want to say, I don't want it to be magical resistance against all spells. I want to change it to something else. I'll make it Constitution. Did I spell Constitution right? So, Copper has advantage on Constitution saving throws against spells and other magical effects. I want to add another interesting sounding one. So, let's make one more to... kind of make copper unique in a way. Let's give copper lightning redirect. Alright. Copper has resistance to all... Did I spell lightning? Lightning. Huh. You know, I feel very silly right now. I don't know if I spell rightning redirect. Reggie, rightning redirect. I did spell it wrong. I combined lighten and lightning. Lamau. Copper has resistance to all lightning damage. That is non-holy. I guess I should probably put this into, you know, I need to put this into my notes as well. Add to rules document. Oh, well, actually, additions to be made to rules document. Damage types adjustment / addition. Magical holy damage. Magical holy. I'll just add this somewhere into my. I have a new rules document that I've been kind of adjusting because D&D is very free flowing, and some of the stuff in 2014 doesn't make sense, and some of the stuff in 2024 doesn't make sense. So you kind of mesh and make things work. And one of the things we've been doing recently that I've noticed is, well, I definitely do it. Aura's been doing it with holy damage, so to say. Is when resistances are bypassed because a boon from a god or from a very powerful being is adjusting it. So magical holy damage is empowered magical damage can potentially bypass resistances Okay, that is one I need to add. I know the tabbing that I'm doing will like make things a little bit more complicated to deal with later. But maybe it will remember my formatting and not be so difficult with me. Over here though, true damage. is what it says on the cereal box. Yeah, because I'm in Semi-Lunar I introduced true damage via a Dragon of Destruction. So I guess I shouldn't say true damage. Actually, true damage is true damage. And I will add this over here. All damage is considered true in my campaigns. This is a relatively important one. So in my campaigns, I consider fall damage to be kind of true damage, not really bludgeoning or anything in specific, because I have seen and read all too many stories and here and there's about, hey, let me just use my bludgeoning resistance perk and like stack a few weird buffs and effectively become immune to fall damage, and then they fall like 400 stories and take 0 damage, or they take like 3 bludgeoning damage because it's like, well, I'm resistant to bludgeoning damage. It's like, you know, you did just fall 200 feet without feather fall. Your shins are probably popping out through your knees. I wouldn't think that you could take that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Actually, I guess I should... Bam. There we go. That's an important one. But the unique thing for here, except for 6th level and higher... Oh, wait. I'll say, yeah, 6th level and higher spells. When hit with lightning damage, I don't need a comma over here. Copper can redirect half of the damage dealt when hit with lightning damage. I guess I should actually remove that and actually no. I'm just gonna remove this section entirely. When hit with lightning damage, Copper can redirect half of the lightning damage before resistance to another target within the range of the with this, actually, I guess I should say with the same range qualities as the source of the damage. Example, lightning, oh god. Example. God, my brain like froze for a second. Excuse me. Me forgetting the range of lightning bolt. Okay, wait, hang on. I will say half the range qualities. Actually, no. This is live, like, patch decisioning. And in case anyone is wondering, because copper. It's not a funny joke, but it's a joke nonetheless. It's a good enough joke. Multi-attack, I'm going to keep that. Cone of Cold. I'm actually going to make this. I'm going to completely delete this. She will not have lightning step. She casts. Hang on 1 second. Spam calls, I swear. Also, I'm going to change the playlist. What I do need to remember, though, is to copy the links to the albums that I'm using. Ah, darn, I've made a minor issue here. The mage. Copper. Darn. Copper casts Lightning Step using the same spellcasting ability as spellcasting. That's weird. I need to make Lightning Step. It'll kind of be like Thunder Wave, but in like a 5-foot beam, where she appears at the end of the beam. Spell save DCs for her will be 18. She can do this 4 times a day. Oops. Okay, that works for me. Let me see if I have art for character. Bam. Oh yeah, important thing I need to do. Okay. I need to change the base scores. So base score wisdom, I'm actually going to drop to 9. Charisma, I'll leave it 16. Intelligence 20. Yeah, that's fine by me. Constitution will actually be like 17. Dexterity will be like 12. Strength will actually be like 14. And she's not actually this kind of mage, so saving throws. She actually has proficiency on con saves, and she does not have proficiency on wisdom saves. Arcana, yes. History, no. Investigation, yes. And I wonder, I saw today in a thing in the god, what's the word I'm looking for here? In the notes for my graphics driver update, that Nvidia said that the NVEC encoder, they fixed a potential bug with it leaking memory, and I don't remember Roll20 lagging so much. Last time I recorded on this GPU, so it might be a little bit broken, a little bit porky. Let's see, I need to manage these spells. Manage. These are fine. Light, remove spell. Mage hand, remove spell. She actually doesn't have detect magic or disguise self. Actually, she'll have disguise self. Mage armor she'll have. Shield she'll have. Detect thoughts she won't have. She doesn't need fly. Is an important thing to note. She doesn't need fly. Teleport she'll have. She doesn't have teleport. She came in on a ship, so she would not have teleport. She would also not have scrying. Misty Step, I need to adjust that into a different spell. Shield, Mage Armor, Detect Self. She would also not have Mage Armor because she is just... she's got a bit of a natural toughness. So, you know, one of the reasons she is copper is she's actually quite metallic. I mean, copper is on the softer side of metals, but like, actually, yeah, I guess copper is on the softer side of metals. Softer-ish. We'll do 21 it. But for HP, don't like old HP, set max HP, we'll do like 250 because copper is like, it's a bit thing. It's kind of hard. Alright, so that's copper done. Bam. I can remove them. I can drag her into the Astral Bodies organization. Now, I was working on teal. What I can do is go over here, edit bio and info. I don't need her to be Astral Body teal. She just needs to be teal. Bam. It's gonna take a while to load. Bam. Teal. I need to change some more stuff, but I need to go over here. Copper. Made. Edit bio and info. Some multi-attack. Teal makes 3. What do I want it to have? I don't want her to actually be a flat-out mage. But I also don't want to make things difficult for myself. She can't cast these. Or these. She can cast Cone of Cold, though. 3 times a day at 6th level. What to call this? Actually, never mind. It will be Arcane Burst. So let me actually cancel so that my changes aren't saved. Go back to bioinfo. But this will definitely be true. She can cast all of that. Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Invisibility, Light, Mage Armor, Detect Thoughts, Detect Magic. She can't do Detect Magic. Actually, I'll say twice a day. And I'll say... let me put twice a day over here too. Once per day. Actually, hang on. She can cast Hypnotic Pattern. Do I want to fix this minor spacing issue? No. No, I don't. I will change this, though. She does not have Misty Step. She has... Dazzling Step. 3 times a day, cast Misty Step. All creatures within within 5 feet. How to describe this? How do I describe this? The mage casts Dazzling Steps. I guess I'll just do it like this. Dazzling Step. The caster teleports 30 feet to a point. Actually, I should say to an no, not unobstructed. To a point within 30 feet in a straight line. All creatures in the path of the Dazzling Step must make a Constitution saving throw. That's not how you spell throw. Or be blinded until the start of their next turn. All right. I am okay with this. Actually, one thing I want to do is I will make this, actually, no, that's fine. That is fine, that is fine. Save changes. Now what I can do is go over here again. Really, they should be a sorcerer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this to 16. Wisdom, drop to 14. Charisma 20. They are actually an actor. Constitution 14. Dexterity 16. Actually, no. This and strength. They actually have like 9, I'll say. Boop. And then I will change their saving throws. They will be proficient in dexterity. Not proficient in intelligence, not proficient in wisdom. Proficient in charisma, save. I think I can change this. Spellcasting ability. Charisma, save. Scratch, scratch. She has the 18 AC, save. HP, set max HP. Okay, I did set her to max HP 185. Yeah, that's actually alright. What we'll go over to here. Hang on. Pardon me one moment. Acrobatics, Arcana, History, nope. Not proficient in History. You know what they are very proficient in? Performance. They're actually... Oh. An expert in it. They're also an expert in sleight of hand. Bam. Actually, one more tiny addition to their performance. They have, like, I'll just say +7, because they're right now in the world they're a very famous actor, well, actress, but get the point. Okay, I'm gonna have to add in all of the spells. But for now, let me just check something. Share, copy. Okay, I have that one. And I have this one. Alright, I'll have to add in their spells a little bit later, but I do need to stop for now, and I will come back to this a little bit later, maybe tomorrow or the day after. Sometime before Friday. I will also need to make a ton of art, so that will probably take up my day tomorrow. Alrighty. Well, hold up. My brain stopped. I was like, wait a second. What did I already, Lama? Hey. Anywho's, I will catch everyone later. Ciao.